All right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you guys for being on time and many of you guys early. Welcome to the version of the elevation call for August the 7th. And I'm Lisa Bell Henson, and this is my husband, Hal. You guys know that this is our team call where we help to elevate our business. We talk about personal growth. We talk about things that that will help make this business better, help us to reach more people. And we always start with recognizing those who are kind of working right now with regard to the leaderboard. So I'm going to have Hal go over the enrollments and the personal volume for the leaderboard.
That's right. I'm just looking at the leaderboard one more time.
Okay.
See if there's any changes. Bing, bing, bing. All right, at number 16. Wait. Yes, at number 16, Kristen Olander out of Georgia at number 16 on the enrollment this month. So far, it's what the
7th.
It's the 7th of the month.
Yeah, so really.
You guys always knock it out. So anyway, getting a good early start. And then on volume for the month, this is your personal order, personal volume. At number 21, Dr. Steve and Jenny Todd out of Florida. And at number 14, a name you hadn't heard in a while, but she's still alive and kicking. And that is Helen Henson, my mama, at number 14.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's I'll tell you what, she is something else in a good way.
Yes.
In a great way. So anyway, she's at number 14. So congratulations. We know it's early in the month. We finished strong. You know, we probably should have recognized last month
You can look it up.
who finished it up.
Yeah.
I'll see if let me see real quick. I'll do that.
So historically within the direct selling industry, July and August are really super slow months. So if you feel like, people are hiding from you, it's probably just because people are on vacation, school is starting, people are remodeling their homes, et cetera, et cetera. And so don't give up on people. And I wanted to share with you guys while Hal is looking at the end of.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Hang on.
Hal's going to talk July.
So this is where we finished the month last month. I knew we needed to recognize this. This is pretty cool. Let's see. The top 25 on the leaderboard for enrollments is again, Steve and Jenny Todd at number 19. Let's see. At number 5, Hal and Lisa.
Oh, I'm glad we mentioned that.
Yeah, that's right. At number 3, Beth Plumley out of Arkansas. Congratulations.
Way to go, Beth Plumley.
And she was at number 1, but she slipped to number 2 because some guy from Columbia jumped ahead of her. But Kristen Olander again finished at number 2 last month. And look at her, already back on the leaderboard again this month.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Congratulations on that. And then on the personal volume from last month was, I know Susan Welch is going to be up there. Let's see, what do we got here? Well, we were on there at number 21.
Okay.
We must be buying some products or doing something.
Yeah, we must be.
Must be. Mary Rising at number 12. Steve and Jenny Todd. Their names always popping up
They
on
are,
here.
man.
At number 11. Susan Welch with Wright Parkway Dental at number 10. That's awesome when we see our peeps up there on these boards. All right, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Very good, guys. Congratulations.
And so you guys, I just want to share a personal story with you, and a few of you guys might have heard this, but I just this last week made a trip to visit my personal physician in Evansville, Indiana. It was just a 24-hour trip, literally. Didn't have a lot of time, but I couldn't get in Northwest Arkansas to see a GYN guy, and they were not seeing new patients. So I just decided, I'm just going to make the trip. And I did something to my back. So I'd had some back pain. And so I just, it's been 3 years since I've had blood work. No comments, please. I know that's probably, I should do it annually, but for all those reasons, I was really grateful to my personal physician. He volunteered to see me at 7:30 in the morning. And then I went on to see my GYN later in the day. So some of you guys, I think Mary Ellen, you guys were on a Zoom with Hal, and I was laughing that I think every single organ in my body had been poked and prodded. I'd had blood work done. And I started getting some dings, like results that were coming that evening. And I'm like, gosh, that's really fast.
To your email.
To my email. So I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I should check and see that everything is normal. Well, many of you guys have heard my personal health story with Zilis, that I have had anemia, low hemoglobin, really my whole life. My sisters had it, my mom had it. I think it's familial. And so
that means it runs in the family.
That means it runs in the family. And so, prior to getting on the ultrasound products, my doctor had once called me, and I believe it was in 2016. And he said, your hemoglobin is so low, I don't know how you get off the couch. And he was recommending iron supplementation and some other interventions, which I tried. It didn't agree with my gut. And so I ended up not using his recommendation. So I looked back on my 2016 lab data, and I realized in my metabolic panel that I had 8 different things that were either low or high. Like my blood work was so bad, out of probably, 15. And so literally half of my blood work was completely off. And it was kind of significantly off. And so I was kind of nervous about seeing it this year in 2022, because, obviously all of us have been through a pandemic that has been really extreme. We've had COVID twice. I've moved about 4 times. I've broken up from one family and gotten married, divorced and remarried within that 2016 to 22 period. And so I'm like, I don't know what my blood work's going to look like. And so when I started getting these results back, my metabolic panel from 2022 was perfect. I was so shocked. It was not only perfect that, how they give you a range of kind of like what's normal low, normal high. It was right in the middle, like my hemoglobin, everything, the way the blood, they measure your blood, they measure your every aspect of the size, the height, the density of your red blood cells and all those things. It was like textbook normal. And I was so surprised that everything checked out perfectly. But if I could show you 2016 versus 2022 with my lab data, there's only one thing that I've done different between 2016 and 2022. Who knows what it is?
You fell in love with Hal.
That's one thing.
Oh.
Who knows?
Somebody say it.
Somebody say it.
Ultrasound.
Ultrasound.
Right.
It's it. And I even took a picture of 2016, 2022, and I sent it to my primary doc. And I'm like, you explained to me, I never got on your iron supplements, how this could actually normalize. Every single thing normalized in this 5-year period. And when we talk about, the health aspect of the product line, I was somebody that didn't really have symptoms. I was somebody that, I really didn't, I wasn't really aware of my blood work. I mean, you don't really feel that. And so in 5 years, being totally normalized with all of that is a really, really big deal for me. And seeing all the, disease and, COVID and all the things that we have over the last two plus years, good health is a blessing that I am so, so grateful for. And it really is the Zilis product line that has made the difference for me. So I've got proof. Anybody who wants to see the labs, I'll send them to you. So I wanted to share that with you.
That was really a cool thing.
It was very cool for me. So the other thing that I wanted to kind of shift to is we did a very short PowerPoint that we wanted to share with you guys. And part of it is because with the addition of travel, with the changes in the world today, we're really kind of shifting the way that we share Zilis with other people. And 2 weeks ago, we were talking about, how do you share Zilis? And I want to just see if I can have you guys see this, see my screen here. So tell me if you guys see this. Yeah. Okay. So, we've always talked about, the hemp story, hemp part 1, we talked about part 2, but this is really about the lifestyle. And I kind of think of this as part 3, Although it really could be the
Do you lose
first
your
part.
cursor?
Yeah, you just have to go.
I was trying to get all of this off.
Oh, gotcha. So let's see here.
Sorry,
Okay,
no big deal.
is that right?
Mhm.
Okay, so the question.
Wait, let's back up.
Yeah, so
Back up.
let's see. Hang on a second. Hell, there we go.
Okay.
Okay. You want to say?
Well, I did. So it's not just about sharing Zilis. It's really begins with our understanding, our perception of what we have, what this is. And I think it's important that all of you who want to build income as well as help other people, but let's just get down to the income part of it and to say you really need to see what you have your hands on now, and to remind you that when Stephen and Angie started Zilis, it was not a CBD company. It was not that. It was a platform that brought in several different companies' products, and we could move them through our social networks. We could share the products and share the opportunity of sharing that and transfer buying, changing where you buy this, that, the other, and share it with others and earn income that way. And then there was this massive explosion of CBD, and Zilis was on the forefront of that. And because of that, there was a massive influence and income generated through the CBD product line, the hemp line, and our understanding of its impact on the body. Federal law changed, state laws changed. And so it seemed as though what we had our hands on was a company called Zilis that was a CBD company. And that's what all it was. And we've had a great run with that. It's impacted people's lives, obviously ours, like Lisa just said. But really, it's always been a lifestyle platform. It's always been that. And as we move forward, I believe that we will continue to see other aspects of lifestyle, our lifestyles being built upon the platform called Zilis. And so understanding that is really critical.
Very, very good summary. So these are some of the questions when you are, just 6 feet from somebody you might know, when you're out and about. These are some of the questions that we have as we just encounter people in the workplace and in our normal daily life. And it's really just, are you looking for an opportunity to improve your life? And these are all obvious benefits from our product line, from the business platform. And so Hal and I kind of went through and we kind of brainstormed some of the different things that people might look for from the product line that we have. So you can kind of take a second and kind of look at those, whether it's better health, better sleep, less aches and discomfort, less stress and anxiety or anxiousness, better energy. You guys have heard all of these things before: earning income from home, discounts on travel for vacation, earning benefits, tax savings, free products. All of those things are just questions that we have for people as we come in contact with them. And so if anyone says yes to any of those questions, then we have an opportunity to introduce Zilis as a lifestyle company with a very diversified platform.
Yep.
And this is kind of a matrix that made sense to me. I'm going to have Hal kind of explain that.
So in the world of business, messaging, products, services, whatever, you have a customer side, okay? You have customers, people who are consumers. Really, they're consumers. And we all are that for other things, for many things, everything in life. We are consumers, all right? And then there is, on the other side, there's the product. And the way that you do well with a product or a service is that you found a new product that people need, want, can afford, or you have a new service or a service that really benefits those people. So the platform between the consumer and the end product, whether it's a service or multiple products, the platform is that upon which you connect the consumer with the products. How you do that? What is the platform? And so the platform that Zilis uses to connect wholesale pricing, reward points, free products, travel savings, tax benefits, personal growth, all the things that the consumer wants, all right, corporate style benefits, but yet still working from home. is what Zilis offers in Travelology lifestyle program, in the Memetics products, in the Ultra Support line, the Lachey skincare. If the consumer wants the highest quality skincare and they discover that they want that with cannabinoids, then Zilis has that as a product. So we connect the consumer to the product line. Someone who travels or knows they're going to be traveling, that's a consumer. What have they been doing? They've been going online, shopping some of the known ones such as hotels.com or Expedia. So that's a platform, right? It's a consumer that has connected to travel savings through, let's say, Expedia. Okay, in that case. So that platform's an online platform. Our platform, though, does the same type of thing with the products and the services, but we are in the middle. We stand upon the platform. We connect the consumer with the products. And so many times, and the emphasis for the last 4 years on the platform of Zilis has been what? Better health with CBD products, cannabinoids. Okay, that's been the whole platform. We've added some memetics, we've added some vitamins, but the reality has been we've been a health lifestyle company focused on cannabinoids. Now we have added lifestyle, which includes the ability to save personally on travel, share with other people the opportunity for them to save through our platform, and we can earn a commission or points toward travel. We can also build our BV through the platform of Travelology, while at the same time continuing to use and share the products of the cannabinoids and the whole platform. So to me, if I look at the whole thing as a platform of connecting the consumer with the consumer wants and needs, with the platform, through the platform of Zilis and the Travelology now as a partner, we have just diversified and built a bigger platform upon which we can, one, use ourselves, and two, share with others. So that is, to me, when I saw that we were going to do travel, I was like, oh my gosh, it's another, that's like, oh, I don't, it's like, what are we going to have to learn now? And that was my first response. But then when I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, if it's a good program and it's really good savings, we're just adding to this platform. And it really becomes back to where we started and much, much better, which is we are a lifestyle company with a more diversified platform. So that's kind of how we want to move forward. We want to lead you to, as you move forward, to kind of talk about it in that way.
Well, and what I like about it is it takes really the focus on any single product, and it makes the vision larger. And one of the, the next step in this is kind of, again, this is straight from the presentation. It's the 7 exploding industries in one powerful opportunity. That opportunity word is, who loves that word?
What opportunity?
Yeah, Brian Welch. It's the word that he had always said from the beginning is, it's the opportunity. And so it is opportunity. And this is really very familiar slide, but the way I think about it now is about transfer buying. And literally, if you yourself, or you're talking to somebody who might be a candidate who might have said yes to some of those questions, it's about redirecting a family spending of $70 to $150 a month. Because again, if you want to get the reward points, you got to spend at least 50 BV every month. And we now have an ability to use 20 BV on the lifestyles, 25 BV on the travel agency. So that can be mixed in with that family monthly spending now to an e-commerce business that you own. And so for people who are W-2 employees that don't have any kind of tax write-offs, it provides another really great way for tax savings. It also turns those retail purchases on coffee, vitamins, skincare, travel, hemp, CBD, whatever our platform can provide, into an opportunity to buy wholesale. And then what this call is about, and what Hal and I spend the majority of our time doing, is helping people learn how to create that income return from that $70 to $150 a month investment. And then obviously plus getting rewarded with health and free products if that's what they choose.
The expansion of the platform just expands the number of people who will have their interest piqued with, let's say, travel, now that we've added that to it, but still falls into the category of a monthly transfer buy, as well as wholesale savings, wholesale, health products to use for oneself or to share with others, to turn them into a retail sale, or in the travel program, points toward travel. And if you go with the agent program, actually commissions and points and much bigger savings for your own travel and so forth.
So hopefully you guys now, you'll have that visual of consumer producer. The platform of Zilis is really what's unique, because this can be monetized. And in addition to that, instead of thinking about, individual, okay, that's travel over there and that's CBD, this is all part of a diversified platform. And we're going to be able to add to it. We're going to be able to develop it. And this month, there's a couple of things going on the travel side that I wanted Hal to kind of bring you up to speed on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this.
So there's two different programs, and I'm going to really focus those. I think everybody who's on this call tonight has had an opportunity to pursue the agency side of Travelology for now. And those of you who have done it and gone through it, as a matter of fact, we've congratulated Roger Ziliak and Patty Bug. They were recognized on Travelology training Saturday as being two of the four people who have recently passed all their tests, which is awesome. Congratulations on that and moving that forward. As a matter of fact, I've reached out to Roger and Mary Ellen and Jennifer Seibert, saying, please help me.
Thanks, Mary Ellen.
Yes, because and it's been a bunch. I'm not shy about wanting to reaching out and asking for help. So anyway, done that. But so I want to focus tonight really on the Voyager lifestyle opportunity that Stephen's given us this month, which is over 30% off savings on the enrollment this month. So the month of August, rather than $3.99, to do the Voyager Lifestyles package, which gives you access to savings on hotels, cars, and activities. Those are the three things in that you save on. And you can use that program to share with people as a prospecting tool, which is called Boomerang Savings, for those people that you meet, friends, family, people you encounter at restaurants, wherever. You can offer them a boomerang savings. If you can access a way to send them the boomerang, they can save, but at the same time, you can use that same boomerang, especially this month with $100 savings back to it. So they've taken it from $3.99 to $2.99, but you give them an opportunity to go to that boomerang site, look at the savings they could get, and then get back with you and say, hey, I might be able to have a better deal for you if you're someone who travels, if you're just looking at those boomerang prices. So again, that is more of a tool when you send it out, but you can't send it if you don't personally have the lifestyle subscription. You don't have it purchased the Voyager Lifestyles for yourself. And so this month, there's an incentive program on that to reduce the price from $3.99 to $2.99. It's a great opportunity.
It's 125 BV.
And it's 125 BV for your, thank you, which is that's great. I mean, like a $2.99 price with 125 BV, that's a big BV. And then one of the reasons they can do that is there's no product involved.
Right.
So he's not giving up product. So the BV is higher because he's not losing anything on distributing product in that. So anyway, that's that. There is a monthly subscription that goes with it, and it's $39.99, but it's $25 or 25 BV towards your monthly BV.
It's 20.
Oh, it's 20. You said 25.
Well, 25 is the agency.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's 20 then. It's 20 or 25.
But the cool thing is that if you're trying to get 100 BV, that 20 can be part of it.
That's part of it. Yeah. So, you just make a choice if that's something if there's somewhere else you really don't need, or you want to replace or just add to, that works with that. Now, the other thing they're doing this month is there is a kind of, they've gamified kind of a, not really even a competition because it's available for everyone. It's kind of like filling out a bingo card and everybody wins who fills out their card. Okay. And that is that, what is it?
The Voyager Adventure.
The Voyager Adventure, which I would encourage you to look in your back office to see that, and Zilis University on Facebook. Where else is that promoted?
It should be in the back office.
They'll also be talking about it more tomorrow night on the Freedom Call. I know they're going to talk a lot about it on the Freedom Call tomorrow night. But basically it's for enrolling people into any of the packages and the lifestyle packages, right?
So 10 points for
You're reading the notes. which I
yeah, 10
appreciate.
10 points for a new lifestyle subscription with a current ambassador, so somebody that's already on your team, and then 25 points for a new ambassador or a customer with silver, gold, or platinum. So those are 2 ways, and the goal is to get to 100.
And you win a what?
Very cool adventure suitcase.
Yeah, it's a Voyager suitcase. Kind of cool.
Awesome.
So kind of a fun
thank you
way.
for sharing.
It's a
that.
fun little promotional.
Yeah,
It's really a promotional, not
I've already gotten a couple emails
competition.
that we've gotten some points on that. So yeah, you guys, it really gives us an opportunity to do something fun. Again, increasing the diversification of the platform. And then also just before we transition, there's also a buy one, get one free on serum this month. So Lachey Serum, buy one, get one free. They are clearing out inventory of the droppers that we have not been able to use very
Those
well.
horrible droppers.
The horrible droppers.
Those nasty, messy
we love
things.
serum, but the droppers themselves have not ever worked well. So they're going to actually, and they're already in, they've got the air pumps like the moisturizer that will have the serum in them.
But those rascals, they're not going to send out the pumps until we use up all the
Inventory.
the inventory.
Right.
Yeah, but we encourage them. We'll do a special on it. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, let's get rid
And
of
so
it.
they did. That's
And so if you're looking for that, it's just go to orders, new order, and then Lachey, and it's one of the SKUs in your back office. So
how much is it? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's like so it's buy one, get one for, I think it's 119 is what I'm remembering in my mind to get two for the price of
119. So
which is pretty cool.
That's a
don't you
really
think?
good price.
For serum.
For serum, it's a great introductory thing, maybe for a gift for someone. Again, you may not want to spend $60 on a gift, but for just anyone, but there are people probably that you can really express appreciation for. Give them the serum. It gives you an open door to talk with them. You got to buy one, get one free. And I don't know, it is an opportunity.
It is.
Or use it for yourself or your husband or your whoever.
Christina asked, how is that just for the lifestyle program or the agent as well?
No, it's just the lifestyle program.
Is it really?
On what?
For that, the Voyager.
The $100 off?
Yeah, the 100. No. The game. It's both, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's both, Christina, but we'll double check on that. I can't imagine why they would not want to do both.
I think it is, but I don't know for sure.
So great. You know what? And I just realized Kimberly Watkins is on the line.
Hey, Kimberly.
Kimberly is first time with the elevation call, and she's
really?
in Atlanta,
shocked.
Atlanta, Georgia. She's part of Kristen's Olander's team. She's amazing. And Kimberly, I would love to be able to introduce you to everybody on elevation call when you're ready for that.
No, thank you. I'm here. Yes. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I love the products. They've changed my life, actually. So
tell us that, Kimberly, because people have not had the privilege to meet you. I have. I'm so grateful. So tell us just quickly, why Zilis for you?
how do I explain this? I was feeling so bad and just in where I'm at right now in my life. I'm, in my 50s and with menopause and these other things, I was feeling so horrible. And I got to tell you, I started taking the product and I just wanted to feel better. And so I've lost weight. I've lost literally 20 pounds and I feel my energy's up. I'm sleeping well. And it's been an amazing experience for me. And so, I'm a real believer in the product. And so I'm trying to share that with my other friends as much as possible. So
So Kimberly, is so exciting. Tell me what products that you are using and loving the most right now.
So when I started, I did Glow and I did CBG and just the oil. And that worked well for me. And but then I get obsessed with the other products. So I'm in software sales. And so sometimes when I just need like a little boost, I do the Edge. I love the Edge because it just like clears my head, and it makes such a difference. And so I'm doing that. I'm doing Burn, and but those are my basics.
Well, you know what? It sounds to me, Kimberly, like you have been well trained on the basics as far as personal use. Seriously, I mean, this is the kind of story that is so repeatable to share with others,
Right.
whether they've had this, significant weight loss like you've had, or just can say, I absolutely love it. It's changed my life. Not everybody can say that, but
Right.
the basics are still the same on the products.
And here's the thing. I don't interrupt you. I feel better. Like I just feel better. Like in general, I was feeling so bad, and like now I feel great. And like that in itself is like everything. My friends even notice. They're like, "What happened to you?" I'm like, "What? I feel better and I look better." And like I've lost almost 20 pounds.
That's amazing. How long have you been on the products, Kimberly?
3 months.
3 months, 20 pounds. Hey, let me ask you this. So last question, who introduced you to Zilis? How did that happen?
So Miss Kristen, I do believe this just happened because it's supposed to happen, but I live in this wonderful city of Alpharetta in Georgia. And I was walking down, and I've been having such a hard time with it. And I walked over, and she was at the market down in Alpharetta, and I walked up to her, and our energies connected, and we started talking about it, and so so that's where I found it. Kristen, you want to add to that?
She's traveling, so I'm not sure she's.
No, she's on. Yes, here.
Thank you so much. Well, you were looking, and I was ready with a message to share. That's as simple as that. And you bring a lot to the table with, just your interest and really taking this seriously and your passion to share it. So welcome. I'm so glad you walked in and we started that conversation about endocannabinoid system deficiency and asking you some questions. We did the assessment so that we could, start the conversation about, what was on your mind, what was concerning you. And then we just simply introduced you to a couple of things that could work. And then it was, that follow-up, and you were open to taking, a further look. So glad you did.
Nice job, Kristen.
So what I love you just said, if everybody can just zone in on what she said at the very beginning. Her summary statement, Kristen's, was, you were looking and I was prepared to share. I mean, that's really the basics of it. People are looking. And when we did the slide earlier in the beginning, people are looking for all the things that were on that, and we have the platform. And if you're prepared, just mentally, emotionally, with your mindset, with your energy, to share with others like Kristen was, it's a perfect match. And then where to take it from there. That's why you're on this call. That's why people are on this call. You know what to do next. And if you don't, you call your upline, you call your support team and say, what do I do next? I met this awesome person, we had a great conversation. Here's what she's looking for. What do I do next? Kristen knew what to do next.
She did.
But many people don't know what to do next. And so you call your support team and say, here's what happened. Here's what she's talking about. What do we do next? And so that's really cool.
Well, and the other takeaway is that Kristen did not know Kimberly. So she was part of that 3-foot rule that, their energies connected, and there was a meeting of the minds. And I think that is just a beautiful story. And at the end of the day, it really is that people just feel better. And it's a gift that we sometimes take for granted. I'm after my blood work, I'm renewed in my passion to share this with the world. So Kristen, thank you for sharing it with Kimberly. Kimberly, thank you for sharing it with us. And welcome to Team Unlimited. We're so glad to have you on.
Thank
So
you.
can I take a minute and read our screen here?
Yes,
I want to
please
read
do.
the notes.
Yeah, read the
chat.
notes. Yeah,
Okay, and
read the chat.
so this is typed by Roger Ziliak. Now, there's a reason he typed it, I'm sure. So I'm just going to read it.
Okay.
So first of all, talking about Lachey and the serum, here's what Roger says in his first chat. Great. I use the serum often and I love it. That way, Roger, I can live with the droppers the way they are. And I can feel the difference, especially when I shave. And I think Roger's one of those guys that has to shave like twice a day. So,
Impressive.
he's a 2 times a day shaver. He could probably grow a beard when he was in the 7th grade. I don't know. He just seems to me like I was 30 before I got any whiskers myself, but nonetheless. But then, so that's from Roger, and I wanted to read that. Well, while I'm looking at that and hearing this, here's another just wonderful story. And I knew about this, but I'm going to read it to you just like he typed it. So this again is from Roger. He says, example of the lifestyle savings. Mary Ellen and I, along with a few of the other team members, that's Zilis team members, are taking a week at Orange Beach this fall. Savings for us over the VRBO site was over $1,000 using the Voyager package. So lifestyle and the monthly subscription is only $7.99 for the year. One trip, and we have more than paid for the lifestyle subscription. If you like to travel, even one vacation a year, you should subscribe to Lifestyle.
Wow.
So isn't that a great story, great message? Thank you, Roger.
That is awesome.
Totally unprompted, well said. And, that's what we're talking about. And this month, it's a special opportunity, special savings right up front. So.
And the other thing that I love about the Zilis platform, and we don't talk about it every time, but it was one of the things that attracted me to Hal, is just a man who had done so much work on himself. And this platform gives us an opportunity to get better at life. And as Rebecca Watkins texted me today, her goal is to be better tomorrow than she is today. And I wanted to shout out to Susan Everett, who is a great example of personal growth. She gave me a podcast when I was driving back from Evansville, and it was a kind of a lengthy podcast. It was over an hour, and I listened to it twice, and it was so touching that I shared it with Hal. I shared it with my 2 boys, but I asked Susan just if she would come tell us just a little bit about how she got the podcast, and just a little bit about the coffee bean. Susan.
Okay, well, I have never listened to Ed Milet before, but somebody that I met through one of my the Coffee Talk Tuesday group, one of my networking groups, she recommended it to me. She said she just knew me and we had talked a little bit, and she recommended I listen, and specifically that one. She goes, I think you'll really like it. So Ed Milet, you can look him up. I mean, if you like to listen to podcasts, he just interviews a lot of movers and shakers that have a good story to tell. And so I've only listened to probably half a dozen of his, but they've all been good. But this one is titled The Greatest Life Transformation Behind Bars with Damon West. And it's really cool. There's a lot in that hour that you could talk about. There's all kinds of nuggets, but the one that Lisa's talking about is the story about the coffee bean. And there's a book on this too that you can buy. And he says he learned from this man that was basically teaching him a little bit. And Mr. Jackson told him just imagine that prison is a pot of boiling water. And he says, anything you put into the pot's going to be changed. And he said, so then he did the illustration with a carrot, an egg, and a coffee bean. And he says, if you put the carrot in the pot, what happens to it? Well, the carrot gets soft. And so he basically says, if you're a carrot, then when tough times come, when you get put in the boiling water, you get soft. And then it's like you quit. You don't, you get beat down, I guess is the phrase I was looking for. You put the egg in the pot of water. The egg has a crust on the outside to protect itself, but it's soft inside. But if you put it in the boiling water long enough, well, then the soft comes out hard too. The part inside turns hard. So he basically equates that with your heart. If your heart becomes hardened, you're not capable of receiving or really giving love. So then the third thing he said was, if you put a coffee bean in the pot of boiling water, what happens to it? Well, instead of everything else, the other two things, the boiling water changed them. But if you put a coffee bean in the water, it actually changes the water because it's not water anymore, it's coffee. And he says, that's what you want to be. You want to be a coffee bean. That's when you have the power to change, and you have the power, and that power is inside everybody. And I just thought that was an awesome way to illustrate the difference between letting the outside world affect you, the boiling water affect you, versus you affecting the outside world with what's inside you, like you guys do all the time. That was it.
That's,
you.
that's so beautiful. And so that, just kind of relating that to the platform. What I love, yeah,
Oh,
Susan,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, go ahead. You finish.
Well, I just said, it's like, it's really easy for us to get a victim mindset when people tell you no. And I'll just take a second to really kind of use another story that he illustrates that even more. He talks about and I'll make this really, really short so that you can listen to it for the good part of the story. But he went to a meeting to try to sales pitch after he gets out of prison. He goes to a meeting to try to sales pitch his process, and he knows there's 8 people there that he needs to talk to. And he talks to 7 of them, and every one of them he's getting a no. And so everything in his mind said that he should just turn and go home. And I don't know how many times I've done that. I mean, you've been in you're at a whatever, a trade show, and you just get tired of hearing no after a while. So when you do that, you're letting the outside world affect you. So you're becoming the egg, or you're becoming the carrot. And so, but what he did was he said, he changed his mind. He says, no, I am not leaving here until I get the 8th no. I mean, that's the worst thing that's going to happen. And so he talks to the guy finally, and it's a great story how he does it. But anyway, he finally talks to the guy, and the guy just says, oh, give me your card. And he leaves. And so he goes home thinking he got the 8th no, but he at least knew that he fought the fight and that he put it all on the line. And then days later, he gets a call from, the head coach of Clemson football team. And then it's like, from that, everything goes forward. And so that taking it, so to me, equating this, it's like if we try to keep our mindset of who we are and what the product we have, the platform that we have, and make sure that we're affecting the world that we talk to. We're not letting that world affect us. It makes all the difference in the world. There you go.
That is absolutely beautiful. Very eloquently said. And I know Susan Welch asked me the name of the podcast. I will try to actually save that into Team Unlimited, because I think every single one of you guys would really not just benefit, but really be blessed to listen to this podcast, to share it with somebody that you feel like might benefit from it. But as a platform, you guys, we're all coffee beans. We have the ability to not just sell a product, but to really create massive duplication in our world. And for me, 5 years later, not only has it affected my blood, but it's affected my soul. And the ability to share this on a broad scale is something that I want you guys to have a visual for. And that's why we came up with the, just the 5 slides as to understanding what this platform, this is not just about a product. This is a platform. Susan, thank you so much for that.
And I know you'll get it posted, but in case you don't, it's the Ed Mylett, Mylett, June 28th of 22. And it's entitled Transformation Behind Bars with Damon West. So it's the Ed Mylett podcast.
Awesome.
It's a great mindset. I mean, it's a great mindset podcast. I don't know really what his platform is, but it's a good one. So
it absolutely is. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here. And then if anybody has comments, questions, let's see here, stop the recording.